Senator Bullard, you're recognized to explain the provisions of Senate Bill 819.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I would request unanimous consent to strike title on Senate Bill 819.
Members, you heard the request. Without objection, that will be the order. Title is struck on Senate Bill 819.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, members, for indulging me on this bill. We are, this came from a request from physicians in my area and has kind of picked up steam. What we are looking at is trying to go after and find those doctors that are overprescribing and give help to the Bureau on that. I've had some discussions with a few of my colleagues on this and have agreed to work with them on this hand in hand. So with that, I will yield and take questions.
Senator Bullard has explained the provisions of Senate Bill 819 with title struck. Will there be questions on the bill? Will there be questions? Senator Rader for a question.
Yeah, Senator, just real quick, like, why do you think it's needed? Aren't there a bunch of laws on the books right now?
There are some laws on the books right now, but what we're looking at is more of a targeted way to go after that and find who those are. Mr. Chairman, with your permission, I have two physicians here who have helped me on this bill who might be able to address kind of some of those problems that from a physician's eyes, if that would be okay by you.
Senator Rader, is that something you need to hear?
Yes, because I think one of the physicians is extremely sharp and a good friend.
Senator Bullard, start with that one physician.
I think that left me no choice but to start with Dr. Hamilton. Dr. Hamilton, would you step over here?
Dr. Hamilton.
Pay him back the compliment if you
Dr. Hamilton, please
Senator.
Introduce yourself and tell us who you are, and then you can answer that question.
Yeah, my name is Dr. Tom Hamilton. I'm an ear, nose, and throat physician in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Also the residency program director for Oklahoma State University for ear, nose, and throat.
Okay. Senator Rader, would you like to ask him that question again?
Yes, there are a lot of laws on the books right now that kind of deal with this. Why do you think another law or more laws are needed?
I think if you look at the way that the prescribing, the prescriptions that are done are monitored, I think it's really difficult for the licensing bodies in the state to really, I guess the best way to put that is to root out the physicians that are necessarily overprescribing, or at least look at them more closely without, I feel like there's a little bit of repercussion with that. I think if there's a state body that does that, a board that looks at that independently with a broad scope of board members, as described in the bill, I believe that would give those licensing bodies a little bit of cover. It kind of gives them a chance to have input from an outside body to move forward with any further investigation.
Will there be a follow-up?
Thank you.
Any further questions of Senator Bullard or the doctor? Senator Matthews for a question.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. And from what pool would we be choosing the doctor? The diverse group that you're talking about, that would be pulled from who?
I believe the language of the bill is to have a pretty broad scope of the professionals in the state that are part of this process. One of those was a addiction specialist, so pain management specialist as well. So we have not only physicians on the board, but we also have those professionals in the community that deal with these addiction problems and see the other side of that spectrum besides just a number of prescriptions. Thank you for the question.
Any further questions on the bill? Members, what shall we do with the bill?
Do pass.
Do pass by Senator Rader, second by Senator Coleman. Any further questions on the bill? Seeing none, Doctor, thank you very much. Will there be any debate on the bill? Senator Weaver for debate.
More of a statement rather than a debate. And I appreciate Senator Bullard and I having a lengthy conversation about this. I adamantly disagree with this bill. Having been 30 years at the Bureau of Narcotics and having run the agency for 10 years, I think that there's a lot of things they don't do right, but they try very hard on these prescription drugs. So putting together an advisory board of doctors to tell which doctors to go after is just something that I don't even understand. So, but I appreciate Senator Bullard listening to me and setting, and we're gonna work and try to make it better and try to do it. I do think we're off course on this bill. I think we're on having someone that the responsibility of the prescription drug problems were on my shoulders for 10 years. I know there's men and women that get up every day and work very hard to target, and it's very difficult. My wife's an MD, so I'm not against MDs. My daughter's in MD school down the road, a mile from here, so I'm very pro-doctor, but I'm also know the difficulties in these type of investigations. So I'm going to vote yes for your bill and in agreement with you, my friend. But I think we've got to get focused on really what we want to. I heard e-prescribing at one time. Now I heard, well, we need to look at doctors. We need to get focused on a bill like this, what we want to do, and not hurt law enforcement's opportunity to do it. And I'll work with you physicians and my friend to do that.
Any further debate on the bill? Senator Bullard, would you like to close?
I will on this one, and thank you guys for your time. I appreciate everybody listening to this and looking at this bill with me. This is just an approach to go after those and trying to be more specific. And I do appreciate Senator Weaver stopping and taking the time to talk to me about this bill and look at it. It's an open discussion that we're wanting to look at to say, let's not go after all doctors. Let's go after a targeted number of them who are misprescribing and doing it intentionally. And so that's the intent of the bill. We just got to make language match the intent of it. And so I'm very open to any discussion that we might have on that. And with that, Mr. Chairman, I will yield.
Thank you, Senator Bullard. The vote will now occur. The clerk will call the roll.
Senator Allen? Aye. Senator Bergstrom? Aye. Senator Brooks? Aye. Senator Coleman? Aye. Senator Dom?
Nay.
Senator Yeck? Aye. Senator Matthews? Aye. Senator Rader?
Aye.
Senator Rogers? Aye. Senator Weaver?
Aye.
Senator Paxton?
Aye.
10 ayes, 1 nay.
Seeing 10 ayes and 1 nay, I declare Senate Bill 819 to have passed the committee with title struck. Thank you, Senator Bullard.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, members.